Hey, welcome to our Monday afternoon live broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday. Today we are going to be talking about the finish line and the fact that the win happens at the finish line. And are we living our life with the mindset that we're going to actually take what it is that we're doing all the way to the finish line? I know this is the time of year where we're reflecting on some of the things that we have accomplished in our year and the way we're finishing things up. And if you're feeling like you're falling short in a couple areas of your life, or you wish you would have done better, or maybe you're planning some things for 2019, hopefully this discussion today will help you. Welcome if you are, joining us live. I always ask that you please leave a comment in the comment section so that I know that you are here, and at the end of the broadcast, I can welcome you and answer any questions or comments that you might have. If you're catching this on the rebroadcast, please feel free to do the same. I always circle back around and make sure that I welcome you and let you know that I appreciate you being here. If it's your first time joining, welcome. We always love new members to our amazing community. My name is Dy Ann, and for the past 25 years, I've been helping women find nutritional plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life, and also help women reach the goals that they are setting out for themselves so they can live their life most authentically. Take a second to hit that like button on Facebook and the subscribe button on YouTube as well, so you'll know when we go live again. So let's get right to it. The concept of the win being at the finish line. Like, just think about that statement and tap in a little bit to how that makes you feel. And we often have a mindset that we have developed around the concept of winning, or maybe pushing to a finish line or a goal. So we're going to talk about all of those areas, and they are very interchangeable. It doesn't have to necessarily mean a win as in like a sporting event, or that you're winning at all costs, or you're winning to beat someone else. It is just the win, the victory, the accomplishment, the fact that you set something up for yourself and you put your head down and you got the work done and you actually achieved what you were hoping to achieve. So we're going to cover all of those areas. And a lot of what it is that we feel about, or what we think about getting ourselves to the finish line, is the result of a lot of conditioning that we had when we were younger, or maybe some experiences that we had with failing, or how we feel about failing, or maybe some things that we grew up in our childhood where we were pushed harder than maybe we wanted to be pushed. And so we've developed these preconceived thoughts, or we have actual physical like emotion and reaction to the thought of pushing ourselves beyond our limits, or pushing ourselves to that uncomfortable point, or pushing ourselves to that finish line. And I have always been that person. And again, I am the result of things that I've experienced and the way I was raised, in the household that I lived in, and choices that I've made in my own life. But I have always been that person that I go till I drop. Like, I will sacrifice, I will work hard, I'll have my head down. When someone says, you know, do 8 more, I'm the one that does 10. Maybe a little bit overachieving, maybe a little bit on the perfectionist side. But a lot of what I have become for myself as an adult, and some of the things that I've experienced going through my life, like I said, was a product of how I was raised. And I always wanted to just complete things to the fullest and strive to be my best. And sometimes that's worked out great for me, and other times not so much. But it's still the mindset that we're living with. And I think the most important thing to think about when we start thinking about who we are as people and how we conduct our life, and why it is we do the things that we do, maybe because of the way we were raised or the mindsets that we have, is you have to ask yourself the question, how is this working for me? And if it's working great for you, the way you conduct your business and the way you think about accomplishing things and the way you're striving for things in your life, then I say everything's fantastic. If you are reaching a point like we are right now with the end of the year, and you're looking back and you're like, man, if only I would have, or if only I could have, or I should have, and you're having all of those conversations with yourself and a lot of those doubts, then you have to go back and say, why am I doing this? And what are some of the things that I can do to change? And a lot of it has to do with just pausing a little bit and thinking about how you are conducting yourself in your everyday activities. And a lot of what I do is, coaching women on their fitness and some of the fitness aspirations that they have. And one of the questions I always ask someone when they feel like they're falling short of their goals or they feel like they're always quitting is, what do you do when someone says something to you like, you only have 30 seconds left, or you have 8 reps of something, and let's say no one's in the room watching you, and you have your own mindset that's going to lead you to where you want to finish that one thing. And if you have 30 seconds left of something, are you the person that pulls back at about 15 seconds or just is like, I did enough? Or are you that person that goes 33 seconds? And that is really a good gauge of, are you that person that's not going to get to the finish line? Are you going to be that person that sort of gives in when things get tough? Are you the person that is going to be able to justify away why you're constantly falling short on your goals, whether they be fitness goals, nutrition goals, health goals, financial goals, relationship goals, spiritual goals, whatever they are? What is it that goes on in your mind that's stopping your body from getting to the finish line? Because the finish line is where the win is. Yes, we have small victories along the way, and we have small things that we can celebrate along the way. But if you say you are going to do something, and if you're in our goal setting course right now, you know that we're clearly defining our goals, and we're attaching measurability and accountability and reward systems and clarity all to our goal statements for this very reason. You want to make sure that you know what you're setting yourself up for so that you can make it to the win, right? We want to make it to that win, and we add in a little bit of reverse engineering so we eliminate any of the stumbling blocks that we have. And you want to get the win because the win is where the finish is. So if you want to save, $300 a month, why is it that you're only putting $290 away? And why is that okay? Or you want to run a 10K, but you just can't seem to get it, stick to your training program, and you can't get out and run 5 days a week. Or maybe it's you want to get a promotion at work, but you just can't seem to get into work early and do the little extra that it takes. So why are you constantly setting up those goals for yourself or those aspirations for yourself when you aren't able to get yourself to that finish line? Why is it that you can't capture the win for yourself? And I think for a lot of us, it takes a lot of, deep thinking and thinking through our life story and trying to understand the conditioning that we have and why it is that we allow that to happen to ourselves. So if you're ending this year and you're feeling like, man, I wish I would have, maybe lost the weight that you wanted to lose, or maybe you wish you would have worked a little bit harder to get rid of that diabetic medication that you've been taking. Maybe that was a goal of yours this year and you're still on it and you don't understand why. I think it really does benefit us to take some time and think about what it is that we are continually doing that's keeping us from the win. Are we stopping at 15 seconds? Are we stopping at rep 6 when we really need to go to rep 8? Are we okay with saving $290 when clearly our goal is to save that $300? And why are we doing that to ourselves? And oftentimes it's just recognizing it and then choosing to do things a different way. And this is why I always recommend, if you're a student of mine in any one of the courses that I teach, is that you get to the last day of your course. You have to get to that completion point, because when you start finishing things to completion, when you get that win and you get it at the finish line, so the place that you've decided that's where you're going to try to reach for yourself, you change your mindset and you change the roadmaps that you have going on in your brain so that you will now be led down a different path. And before you know it, you're hitting that 30-second mark, or you're getting those 8 reps in, or you're saving $310 a month instead of settling for $290. And it all just is a reconditioning and a reframing of our brain. But we have to create the habits, and we have to create the confidence, and we have to create the dialogue in our brain so that the next opportunity that we're faced with, we now have a new path that has been paved, and we have the new conversation that's going on with our brain, and our signaling will be so much different. We get a lot of this in our Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course as well. When women go through the course and they are convinced that their life is supposed to be a certain way because of XYZ. And once you figure out that you don't have to keep living your life the same way with the same routine and with the same philosophies, and you can change the way you're thinking about hunger, and you're changing the way you're thinking about how food is reacting in your body, and you're changing the way you are connecting with nutrition in general, you now have just created a whole new mind map, and you've created a confidence in yourself that you can now do things differently. And as soon as you make that connection and you actually start to do things differently in your brain, you now can develop a new outcome. And that's really all that we're looking for, is we want to have a new outcome. Because when we're doing things over and over and over and over, and we end up with the same disappointing result, or the same result that's constantly falling short of what our expectations were, it gets to be just an emotional, mental, and physical beatdown when all we have to do is change what we have going on up here and tell a different story to ourselves. And I always highly recommend, if you're one of those women who's feeling like you're in that kind of hamster wheel and you can't find your way out, it's really okay to kind of just lie to yourself for a little while. Tell yourself a story that's different than the one that you've been telling to yourself all of these years, until you are convinced that that is your new story, and until you believe that that's the path that you should be living, and that until you believe you are worthy and worth what it's going to take to get you there. So don't be discouraged if you're ending this year a little short of where you thought you would be. It's probably just the story that you've been telling yourself in your own head. And now you know that you have the opportunity to change that story and tell yourself something new so that you can have a new outcome. For those of you in the goal setting course, I know you're probably already starting to figure this out. There's so much excitement, and there's so much hope, and there's so much energy around this time of year for me, I know, and for the women that we're trying to help in this community, because it's just the beginning for us. We start changing what we're going to do for our new year right now. We're planning our goals. We're changing our nutrition. We're developing our fitness routines. We're creating new habits for ourselves, because when January 1st, 2019 rolls around on our calendar, we are already set. We're already on our way, and we already have our habits and our changes already developed for ourselves. So we're not going to waste any time. If you need any help with that, just feel free to reach out to us. We're always here to help you guys for sure. Okay, so let me see who's here on Facebook, and then I'll welcome everybody who's joining us on YouTube. Jeanette, welcome, girlfriend. Nice to see you. Amy, good day all. I was in the April 2017 IF class and currently in the goal setting class. Yeah, Amy, and I read your comments today from the goal setting class. You've got some good stuff going on. Super excited to be working with you on that. Christy, hello. Christy, nice wave there, girlfriend. I love it. And then Cindy Ward is here as well. Okay, a little something for the goal setting course that I wanted to make sure everybody understood. We're going to do a little experiment this year, and everyone who joins the 2000, I'm not even going to put a date on it. Anybody who joins the goal setting course, we are going to stay together as a group through 2019, and we're going to be taking members on all year long. So you can join us now, you can join us in January. And what I want to do is I want to go in and help you guys stay with your goals. I want you to stay as excited in March as you are today. I want to help you clearly define your goals. I want to set up some accountability. So joining the course one time is going to allow you to have access to me as your goal setting coach for the entire year. So it's going to be a really fun year. I'm super excited about it. I'm hoping that a lot of you will jump in on this and take advantage of what I'm offering here for you guys, so that you can really have a year where you're going to actually do what you say you want to do in June and July and August and September, when most people are kind of getting exhausted and getting bored and maybe a little discouraged with their goals. I want you guys to be focused and crushing it, and maybe setting some new goals for yourself. So if you haven't already done so, I would love to have you guys join us for the goal setting course. I think it's going to be super fun, and I always say the more the merrier when it comes to that kind of stuff. Michael, can I see that really quick? And I'll welcome everyone to YouTube. Y'all know I can't see without my iPad anymore. Let's see. Kathleen, hey girlfriend. Kathleen, I'm going to send you an email about a comment you left in the course. So keep an eye out for that today. I'm going to get it out to you in just a second. Danny, watching from South Carolina, October grad. Awesome. Kathleen, sometimes I have difficult time rethinking the way I'm doing things. Do you have a process that helps you to do that? Yeah, join our goal setting course if you haven't. We teach all that in there for sure. And then Pharrell from Dallas. Hey, right down the road. Good to have you with us. Okay, the other thing I wanted to mention for all of you who are watching, and I know we've had a lot of women join our community over the last couple of weeks, our January registration is up and ready. We're going to have an amazing January intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman course. I'm super excited about it. There's something about January and doing something to change our overall lifestyle and really pay ourselves back and do some good for ourselves, be a little selfish, that I think is always really magical. So I always get really excited about the January courses that are starting up as well, just because it does give us an opportunity to really just get out of the gate feeling fantastic. So if you haven't already done so, make sure you get checked into that as well, because that course registration is open as well. And then for all my other students, I know you've been anxiously awaiting us rolling out a new course. That is in the works, and that should be coming out the 3rd week, if maybe around the end of January. So we're going to have a previous course member special for you guys to sign up and get in first before we fill up. So make sure you keep your eyes open on your email for that. I'm going to make sure I give you guys an opportunity to get signed up for the new course as well. That'll be starting in January. So don't worry about it. If you are the person who is feeling like you're always falling short and you're not happy with that, there is an opportunity to make some changes, but you have to really take the time to think about and understand what is going on in your own mindset. And if you're not sure how to figure that out, we read the book Mindset just a couple of months ago. It's a fantastic book. I highly recommend picking that up, and it will help you identify where maybe you're a little fixed in your mindset and where it is maybe you have some growth mindset opportunities, or maybe how you can switch from being fixed to growth. And what we really found in that book was that you can be very fixed in some areas of your life and very growth-like in others, and that's okay too. Find the areas that you feel like you're not happy with, or maybe you're always feeling like you're falling short on, and if that is goal setting for you, then make sure that you do something about that so you no longer have to be unhappy and think that that's just the way you were designed to be. That is not the case. We are very capable, and we have every opportunity to change our mindset, change our habits, and change our thinking. We just have to make the decision to do it and then put a little bit of work in to make sure that that's actually what we end up doing. Okay, let's see. Sharon SoCal, August 2017, IF grad. 2018 was a journey of self-discovery, trial and error, finally connecting all the dots and feeling optimistic. Awesome, Sharon. Yeah, and it is. It's a lot of trial and error. I think that's the best way to figure anything out, is when we have something that we experiment with and it didn't work exactly how we had planned, and then we can do some tweaking. And that really was the journey that I was on for an entire year with intermittent fasting, and really finding a way that us women, especially us women who are going through all of these crazy life changes, can incorporate something that has been around forever, but really personalize it to our own individual needs and not have to worry about some cookie cutter plan that's working for people who aren't living in the same season that we're living in. So congratulations to you for definitely doing the work to do the trial and error, and now you're on the other end of that and you're benefiting, so congratulations. And then Jeannie, first time I've ever made a live session, graduate of May IF course, and I think September refresher course. Love the program. Awesome, Jeannie. Congratulations on making it live. Are you on vacation or something? You've been around for quite a while, so I appreciate you being here with us live for sure. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go. I just wanted to give you just a little bit of a pep talk if you're feeling like, another year where I felt a little like I fell short. It's okay, but it's only okay for this year. Now you know you can change things if you want to change things. You have the opportunity to change your mindset. Pick up a book. Mindset is a great one. And then just make a list of the things that you feel like you're not giving it your all to, and then reverse engineer that and set up a plan for you. Again, we have our goal setting course. It's open to everyone who wants to jump in. It's a great foundational course of really how to set goals for yourself properly and then how to break them down so that they're clear, they're precise, they're measurable, you can be accountable to them, and then we're gonna stick together for the entire year to make sure that you actually get what it is that you say that you want for yourself. So I'm super excited, and the best part for me about sticking with you guys for a while through a course is that just like our intermittent fasting for today's aging course, we all end up being really close friends, and there's nothing better than having a bunch of girlfriends that are like-minded and on the same path as life. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to develop that as a group as well. Jeannie, no, it just happened to me on my computer at this time of day. I forgot to say I'm from PA. Oh, awesome. Oh, well, that's good. I think those things are supposed to be if they happen like that and they aren't expected. So I think you were supposed to listen to this talk today. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Registrations are open. I will see you guys on Wednesday. And then keep in mind that we are leaving for the beautiful island of Maui on Friday. If you haven't already done so, make sure you're following me on Instagram, because I will be sharing how I fast and how I feast and how I fit in my fitness when we are away on vacation, because not much changes for me when we are away on vacation. I really do try to stick to my plan, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do that. And I'm also going to share my trick with how I beat jet lag and time changes when we travel as well. And I'm going to share with you how I fast and feast my way through that. So we're super excited about getting out of Texas for a little while and going to Hawaii. So we'll take you guys with us in case you guys can't get away this season. Thanks again for joining us. I appreciate each and every one of you who's in our community. I appreciate the fact that you're willing to spend some time with us, share your comments, and then also lift and support other women that are in this community. I really appreciate that you guys are doing that as well. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good afternoon.